Okay, we are live. Hello, guys. Hope everyone is fine. All right, we are live also on Facebook. Okay, hey guys. So I'm Angelina with the Deals with Angie team with Phantom Realty. Hope you guys can hear me good. I hope I'm not giving any type of feedback. Can you hear me okay out there? Okay, awesome. All right. So one of the things that we have a very special guest, guys. Her name is Natasja Marquez. I have known Tasha now. We have known each other, what, Natasja, about 5 years almost? Probably
More
more than
more than
5.
that, because I was at the financial center over on Hard Scrabble, and I think I
Oh,
started back there in 2016.
okay.
So
So
yeah.
it probably has, oh gosh, so it has been that long. We're just not
Mhm.
aging. That's what it is.
That's right.
And guys, Natasja has been in the field now for about 13 years. You probably are used to seeing her because she was one of the head top producers and market leader for Bank of America. So if you've been in any of these Bank of America branches here in the Columbia area, then you probably know Natasja in some shape or form. She is now with Aviscent Mortgage. And one of the things is she could go probably a little bit more in details of why she left Aviscent. But let me tell you guys, if you're talking about wanting to get the deals done and having different unconventional loans, which is what we're going to talk about, she is your person. And so, Natasja, if you don't mind, just kind of, I kind of already went through your background, but if you don't mind, just kind of going into your spiel of why you're where you're at and what you guys do at Aviscent Mortgage, and
Hmm.
we'll go from there.
Absolutely. So, like Angelina stated, I've been in the financial industry for many, many, many years. I began my career with Bank of America, started as a loan officer. I worked my way up to sales manager, then to market leader. So, I not only produce loans, but I also manage and supervise the loan officers in South Carolina and parts of Georgia.
Okay.
So, a lot of experience there. uh, Bank of America was a great company to work for. I can't say I had any complaints, but I will tell you one thing that they did lack in is the number of products or the type of products that they offered clients,
Yeah.
because not everybody fits into those cookie cutter loans.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have to qualify a certain way, and if for whatever reason you're outside of that box, they can't even take a look at you, right? They just send you on your way and tell you you got to work on this, come back later. So I now work for Aviscent Mortgage, which is a great company. I can't say enough good things about my broker, the team of people that I work with. It really is about finding solutions.
Yeah.
We look outside the box. And while we do offer our traditional conventional mortgages, FHA, VA, USDA, we offer the same that you will see from traditional banks. We work with lenders that don't have those crazy overlays. Working at Bank of America, very conservative underwriting. So you worked with a lot of overlays, right? You had
Yes.
to be, the loan had to be pristine. The client had to have pristine, and it was hard because not everybody fit into that mold. So at Avocent, one thing that I really enjoy is that I shop. I shop for the best deal, the best product. I will say that just being able to take you and your circumstances and being able to apply the solution,
Yeah.
that is what I really, really enjoy now. Because, like I stated, those cookie cutter loans, you know, 80% of the population aren't going to fit into those cookie cutter files. So we need to be able to find other solutions, find other ways to qualify our clients, because home ownership is a goal for so many people for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
And we need to do a better job of making sure that we make that pathway as easy and as streamlined as possible. So I'm happy to work with a company that has that in mind and has that goal.
And and those are one of, because we still, because we've worked together on loans with Bank of
Mm.
America, and still kind of work with Bank of America. And you're right, those big banks, they do have a lot of overlays, They have a lot of, it's like this, like you say, a real sharp corner, 90-degree angle box.
Yep.
And if you're outside of it, they're like, oh, we're not able to do it. And it doesn't matter how long you banked with them. It doesn't matter how much money you have in there. If it doesn't fit within there, it just doesn't. and
Right.
and that's why a lot of people are utilizing mortgage companies such as yourself. And even sometimes with mortgage companies, they have their own overlays. And
Yes.
guys, we're going to spill into a little bit of what Natasja has. She
Mhm.
has so many different programs. I should have probably put this online, but my first $1 million client in sale was with Natasja.
Mhm.
I had a client that I met in May of last year. They were business owners, you know, and this is particularly, guys, this segment is for business owners, self-employed, the people who do not fit in the box. If you're a W-2 employee, you fit a little bit in that box better than a lot more of the self-employed clients. And so with this client, they were self-employed. And guys, if you don't know, when you're self-employed, you don't when you get paid, you're in charge of reporting everything to the IRS tax wise. And for all my self-employed people knows, that can really kind of put a dander on you when you have taxes and things, that stuff that's due. And so with these particular clients, that was something they were facing because they hadn't filed taxes. And in order to file taxes, it was going to be a lot for them to pay and everything else to owe for taxes. And so just so happens Natasja had just made the switch to where you were at, and we started talking about different loan programs. And when I found out that she had this program that she's going to delve into, which is the tax returns, the no tax returns loans, guys, I immediately sent it to my clients. I said, guys, I have someone, I think I have a solution. And this is months later from me first meeting with them. And as soon as I said, hey, I have somebody that you probably don't have to worry about your tax returns, they immediately called her. And guess what, guys? They bought $1 million house. So when I
Mhm.
tell you that the job gets done, it was an easy process. It wasn't as, honestly, it was easier dealing with the $1 million home, that a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. We probably could have closed that loan really the way that Natasja had it worked out in less than 21 days, because it was truly worked out. There was just things that we had to wait on in regards to being done in the home. But
Mhm.
Natasja, if you don't mind just kind of going over that program, sharing with people in regards to people who are self-employed, like my truck drivers who are 1099, my hairstylists, barbers, people who own small businesses, what they can be able to do without having to do those tax returns. I greatly
Ab-
appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start off with the bank statement product, which is the loan that we did for those clients. It's a great product because when you're self-employed, if you're looking to get pre-approved or pre-qualified, and you're looking through getting that done through a conventional loan, VA loan, FHA loan, USDA loan, through those bank product loans, they're going to look at your tax returns, and what they use is your net income. So, of course, as a business owner on paper, you could have tremendous gross income, but all of those expenses that you notate on your tax returns, they
Yes.
get counted against you. So you can make, $300,000 a year gross, thinking, oh, I have enough. I make a decent living. But then you have all of these expenses at the end of the day. If your tax returns say that your net income is, 20,000, that's the income I have to play with, right? And those are for these traditional cookie cutter loans, right? So this bank statement product, we call it a non-QM loan. So these non-QM loans are loans that don't fit with these traditional products, right? So this bank statement product, we're looking for either 12 or 24 months worth of bank statements. It could be personal bank statements, it can be business bank statements, but these are for self-employed borrowers that what we're looking to do is we're looking for bank statement deposits that are going to be used for income qualification. Okay, what we do, and we have income analysis teams, they're going to take those bank statements, either 12 or 24 months. If you had better income in the first set, if we're looking at a 24-month span and you had it in the first 12 months versus
Okay.
the last 12 months, that's when you want to give us 24. If you made better income the last 12 months, just give us the last 12 months. The only time you want to give us 24 is when it's going to average out higher. So we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to calculate all of the deposits that we say are part of your self-employment. And then we're going to take a small expense factor out of it, right? And depending on which lender, the expense factor can be 15%, it could be 20%, it could be 30%. It really just depends on the type of business. If you are a subcontractor, if you don't have any employees, your expense factor is going to be smaller, right? If you own a restaurant and you have, 15 employees, you're going to have a higher expense factor. But this loan works great because we're not looking at just the standard tax return. So when there's not enough income because you're putting in all of these expenses, we're just looking solely at the deposits, and we're just going to take a percentage away from the income. And that tends to produce a lot more opportunities for clients when we're looking for products and solutions. So this is a great one. The minimum credit score we're looking with most lenders will go down to 600 on these.
Okay. Oh, that's great. That was gonna be my next question. So 600 with self-employed, guys, no tax returns.
No tax returns. No, that's
awesome.
right. That's right. And then minimum down payment, if it is primary, for using this for primary home, and you're a self-employed borrower, we're doing this for primary, we can do as little as 10%. Okay. And it is available for single family, condo, 1 to 4 units. We will do this product for citizens, permanent residents, non-permanent residents, and foreign nationals. We do have a product specific for ITIN holders. I mean, and we can probably go into that maybe on another call, but that's specifically for people who don't have social security numbers but do have tax IDs. So that is a great product. Really, really proud. We're doing a lot more of those because we are seeing a lot of people who qualify within that space. The next one that I kind of want to get into is
can't hear you.
Is another great way, another great tool when we're not using bank statements. All we need is a signed and dated year-to-date profit and loss that it was created by your CPA or a licensed tax professional, where they're going to document your annual income, right? The profit and loss that you normally see on your tax returns, they're going to do that for us, right?
Okay, so can we just take a pause right quick? I want to clarify this. So instead of bank statements, you would just use a formal, like if I went to oh gosh, I'm trying to think of my local tax person, and they just have a profit and loss that they did for me for the year. Instead of me having to gather up 12 months or 24 months of bank statements, I can just use my profit and loss statements.
You can just use your profit and loss statement.
Okay.
And then when you do it through your profit and loss statement, the minimum credit score does jump up a little bit. So if the bank statements allows us to go to about 600, profit and loss is about 660.
Okay, so 660 for that documentation. If you got the bank statements, you don't mind giving 600. Okay.
Correct. And now with this one, the minimum down payment's 15% too. Okay.
But that's a lot better than most of them that wants 25% or more.
Is also available for primary, second homes, and investment properties.
Okay. Now, for people who, so let me ask you this. If they have multiple jobs, like you may have someone that is a truck driver, but then they also do Uber. Like we're seeing a lot of real estate agents who may be a real estate agent, but also does Uber or Lyft. Can that be for both? Can you be able to include both of those incomes when you're looking?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be for more than one job. And we do have a really great loan. Like I'm doing a loan right now that's a 1099 That's the next one that I want to kind of talk about. So with the 1099 loan, this is great because instead of qualifying you through a profit and loss, through bank statements, we're going to qualify you using your 1099s. And I have a client right now that has 2 jobs through 2 different companies that gets paid 1099s, and it's a 10% haircut. That one's pretty easy. 10% haircut for 1099. So on paper, when we look at his tax returns, it just, the income wasn't there, but he had 1099s, and it was a pretty easy loan to do because, again, the haircut was just that 10% off of the 1099 reported income.
So can you do a 1099 for investment properties, for like, if I'm somebody and I'll just say you got a lot of agents who are wanting to purchase properties and things now. Can they just use now their 1099 to get an investment property? Is it that easy too, or is it just for more for primary?
No, they can use it for primary. They can use it for second home. They can use it for investment properties. So it gives you a lot of variety. But there is a great loan where we don't look at income at all, and that is one that I love. And I will tell you, we're doing a lot of these lately. It's called DSCR.
That's
so
the one.
The DSCR is definitely a great product for those that are interested in investment properties. So if you were trying to get an investment loan through Bank of America, where they're going to need to calculate your income, right? Make sure that you qualify for your primary home, for all of the debts that you currently have, plus this investment property. And sometimes when you're self-employed, again, on paper, on your tax returns, you're not going to look like you have, a lot of income to play with, right? So DSCR, we don't look at income at all. DSCR, what we look for is the potential rent of the property. That's when we send the appraiser to the property. The appraiser is going to complete something called the rent schedule. So at the same time that they're going to the property and they're assessing the value, which is something that's required for most loans, when they go out and do that and try to assess the value, they're also going to complete what's called the rent schedule. And on that rent schedule, he or she is going to advise us of what that rent potential is. So as long as that rent amount, that monthly rent amount that they project for that property is equal or greater than your PITIA, that's your total mortgage payment, including all expenses, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and any association dues, as long as it is equal or greater than that, the loan will get approved, because we're not looking at income. So no income needed. Qualifying is completely derived from the property rental income. It cannot get any easier than that.
Yeah. So what's the credit score for that one?
600.
600 people.
Yes.
So you could get, wait, I didn't realize that was 600. So that was also 600 too as well?
Sorry.
No, it's no problem. Hey guys, we're at home, so you may hear life in the background. So that's just kind of what happens at 7:00 at night.
It does.
When we think we're doing this and we're trying to be secluded, the life will come and find us.
That's right. That's right. But 600 is the credit score, minimum down payment on a DSCR. Now, here's the great thing. Minimum on if you go to the banks minimum is going to be between 20 and 25% on a conventional investment loan. With DSCR, I have brokers that will do it with as little as 15% down.
That's awesome. And it's just, and that's the one to where and this is mainly for if you're trying to keep a property that you want to have as a rental portfolio, not necessarily something that you want to deal with flipping.
Correct.
What's a good program that's good for if someone wants to do like flipping on that type of?
We do have some fix and flips. It's with borrowers. The fix and flips are really great because it's short-term financing. So what we really want is this loan to be for people who want a shorter acquisition time with that property and
Okay.
just looking for some money to renovate, right? Um, put some TLC into it and then turn around and make a profit. We do have some wonderful fix and flips. We have some lenders that don't look at minimum credit scores. We have a minimum down payment of 10% on these. It's only for investment properties. So those fix and flips will not qualify for a second home or primary. So this is strictly for investment. And it could be single family condo. It could be 1 to 2 units. And this again can be for citizens, permanent residents, non-permanent residents.
Man.
Fix and flips is great. You get better terms when you have experienced investors,
Yes.
right? Like, so if you can show that, hey, I've had a couple of rental properties. Sometimes the product itself looks different depending on who you're doing the loan for. But these are great products for people who are looking to borrow when they can't tap into their own funds to repair any homes that they're interested in purchasing.
So with that, when you said there's no minimum credit score, do you all look very heavily at debt to income ratios when it comes to those types of loans for the fix and flips? Or is it just mainly about the property and seeing the numbers itself with the property, what they're trying to do in the property?
They're going to take a look to see, how experienced is this person, and they're going to take a look at the property itself. What's the potential? How much could, how much are they going to get from the sale? They're going to take a look at all of those things, and that's going to have like a deciding factor. And like I said, the rate and everything is going to look different depending on the level of experience and depending on that particular sale. Because those fix and flips, it's gonna look different from one property to the next.
Yeah.
One can need extensive renovations and repairs, and another one can just need something more minor. So it really does depend. But yeah, they really are assessing the person and their experience, and they just want to make sure that at the end of the day, it is just short-term financing. They're going to get their investment back.
And it sounds as if that once that person, it may be a little bit harder or the first time, but as they continue to flip and you guys are seeing their experience, it looks as if the loan gets easier and easier for them to be able to accumulate those properties because you guys kind of have the history of what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We also do hard money loans, Angelina, and hard money loans are great because we can close those out a lot of times by the end of the week. We start on Monday. We can, make sure you have the money by the end of the week. Those are for people who really know what they're doing. They're going to turn around, get the money, because these are private investors. These are people who are willing to give you the money because, the interest rate does tend to be higher on these. I'm going to be frank with you, but these are for people who are experienced enough to know we're going to turn this around very quickly, get the money back quickly. And that way it's a benefit to both parties. So hard money loans is also an avenue that a lot of investors can turn to when they know they need to make a cash deal offer. There's something, there's an auction or there's something coming due where I need to get the money by the end of the next week. What am I going to do? So I do have a client right now who is a realtor who's inquiring about hard money because she needs a quick turnaround to solve the issue that she's looking to do by purchasing this property.
Okay, so I know this was not on the lineup. Do we have time right quickly to go over the hard money loans? Because we are talking about investors and self-employed unconventional loans. With the hard money loans, what are your criteria as far as your credit and down payment, if you don't mind?
It's not really so because they're private investors, you have a lot more flexibility. Granted, there's no minimum credit score for hard money. You're going to be more so really looking for, and I'm so sorry, like Angelina says, got a dog wanting attention. But no, they're really just going to be looking at the deal as a whole, and they want to make sure again, what type of experience does this person have? So hard money loans, they're really looking for sometimes investors that have a little bit more experience, either have rental properties or have done fix and flips in the past or have turn properties fairly quickly. They tend to really look at every individual deal to determine if that is a route that they are interested in. If those are clients that they're interested in providing solutions for. But it is a great loan for investors that are looking to borrow some money to purchase properties and start building up their portfolio and start making some sorry.
He's excited like I am.
He is. He loves learning about mortgage products.
Credit score. It's like, wait a minute.
That's right.
We got to turn this around. I know we're supposed to be talking about this, but we got to talk about that. Well, and here's the thing, guys. I know that the title is talking about self-employed and investors, but for all my W-2 people who may already be homeowners, guys, you all can participate in these same programs and start getting your investment portfolio. All the people who was able to take advantage of those low interest rate loans, and you have that very low mortgage and you're ready to start investing, guys, this is what we're talking about and what you could be able to do. Getting these types of programs, you got loans here to where you can be able to utilize gosh, I'm trying to think of the word with the rent of what can the possibility of rent. They can use the possible rent of a property to approve you for these loans. So when we're talking about, hey, because I talk to people all the time, Natasja, they're like, hey, I'm ready to get into investments. I just don't know what to do. You have given, it sounds about 5 to 6 ways that we can be able to really be able to start investment properties. And guys, no credit. Like some of them, no credit. 10%. I think the highest we talked about was 15% down.
15. So 15, and the great thing about these loans too is that the sometimes you go to the bank and I know because I've been there. I worked for a large corporation, and you go in and people, investors are coming through the door, and they even on paper they can be experienced investors, and we have to turn them away because the debt to income ratio was not lining up. And the fact that we do not have to worry about that anymore, the great thing about where I'm working now and what I'm able to do is that I can provide solutions. And this is building your wealth. This is adding, to your portfolio. So investors out there that are interested in, really, really focusing more on buying more properties, or finding a way to make this how they make their money. These products are going to help you get there.
Okay, well, this is awesome, guys. So I hope you all are here. I see that we have people that's been joining in kind of late. This will be shown to where you can be able to see it, and we'll have it pinned. But guys, if you did not know anything else, because I'm getting excited to the point where I'm like, okay, Natasja, you got time because I need to talk to you about what I need to do to get my own stuff started. But seriously, she has given you all some really great information. If you're looking to purchase a home and you're self-employed and you're like, hey, I tried doing the traditional way, I can't afford to pay the government $50,000 in taxes. Guys, take that money instead of paying all that in taxes and put it towards your assets. You just need 10% and a 600 credit score if you're self-employed. You got 1099s. You have 1099s, bank statement loans, profit and loss statement loans, no income. To which you just show up and say that you want a house. So there's no reason why you cannot get a house right now is what I'm trying to say. And then also, if you're looking for investment properties, she has the hard money. She has the no income, what we talked about. She has the using the rent potential loans, what is it, DSCR? Did I say
DSCR?
The DSCR loans that uses the potential rent. Guys, she has it all.
So I do have one more, Angelina, and I know we didn't touch this. No income verification loans. This is where no employment is going to be verified, no income is verified, none of that. So no income required. So this loan is great too. Minimum credit score for this is 660. Now your down payment for this one is 20%.
Okay.
It can be used for primary, second home investment properties. But so for this one, what they're really going to be looking for is your assets. They're going to be making
Okay.
sure you at least have 12 months reserves. 12 months reserves. That's of the mortgage payment, that PITIA that we talked about, principal, interest, taxes,
Yes.
insurance, and any association dues. So as long as you have 12 months worth of that, and you have enough for your down payment, no income verification with a 660 credit score. So like I
Okay.
said, there's a ton of solutions here.
So this is for the people who you left school and your parents say you come stay with them and not pay rent, and you got all this money saved,
Mm-hmm.
but you haven't possibly, you haven't been working long at your job. Here you go. No income, no docs, no anything. Just show up.
That's right.
No
That's
income
right.
verification. Just show up and say, "Hey, I want a house." We're starting to do this. We used to do this a long time ago. That I was saying, Natasja, years ago, we would do these, and we had to start back because I've been getting a lot of people like, Angelina, where have you been? We need these videos, guys. You don't have to necessarily be using me as your real estate agent. Natasja is here. We're going to put her information. Matter of fact, I have it right here of where she's at. Put it down for you. That's her information right there, guys. Take a screenshot. Don't try to get a pen and paper because we got to get off in a few couple of minutes. Take a screenshot of this. I know you're probably looking at it on your phone. Contact Natasja. That's her cell phone number as well as her email address. I hope I put the right number on there, Natasja. I'm sorry.
You did. You got it.
I just thought about it like, wait a minute. I want to put the real personal number on there. But guys, you could be able to contact her to get started on this. There is no reason right now that if you've been wanting to own in 2024 a house or investment properties, or to get started on your first rental portfolios, your first fix and flips, there is no excuse of why you cannot do that. She has given us 7. Has it been 7? I think it's been 7, or is it 6?
It's a lot. I think
It's
it's
a
hard
lot.
to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Look,
hard to keep track of. But
30 minutes.
it's
Yeah.
we've got plenty solutions.
Exactly. So go ahead and get started. Contact us. Hey, I'm going to put also my information down here too. Go to dealswithangie.com to get set up. If you do not have an agent, contact me so we can be able to get you set up to where we could be able to reach out to Natasja, tell her exactly what you're trying to do. She will give you solutions, guys. I'm telling you, if you're just joining in, I'm going to reiterate this. I had a self-employed client, first time home buyer, guys, $1 million house that could have closed in 21 days. My first $1 million together, just, solo property. Like, I've done $1 million deals when it's been, 2 deals in one, with a client. But my first $1 million property was with Natasja and with one of her programs. And it was one of the easiest programs I've ever had to deal with as far as with an agent. And per my clients, they being first. Can you imagine your first home and you're buying $1 million house? Can you imagine that? They were able to do that. So for all my business owners who stepped out, whether it's been to become a truck driver, Lyft, Uber, guys, if you get a 1099, meaning that they tell you how much you've made, that they didn't take out in taxes, you guys can get a loan through her. So
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's get started. Don't procrastinate. Give us a call. Hey, you might not, if you're not able to call today, reach out to us with a message. You can either DM me through Deals with Angie on Facebook, Instagram is Deals W Angie. Natasja, this is her contact information right here that I put right here for you. Screenshot it and let's get started today. Natasja, before we leave, is there anything else that you would like to be able to say, or that I know I want to have you back definitely because you
Mm-hmm.
brought up something that we're also seeing a lot of, which is the non-documented loans. I hope I'm saying it correctly.
You are. You are.
With
Mm-hmm.
assistant clientele that because like we just had clients who they've been trying to become citizens since the COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
And
been
they're
years,
stuck.
and
Mm-hmm.
they're stuck, but they still want to buy a house, guys. We even have solutions to that, and so I really would like to have you back on. We may have to make a part 2 of this
Yes.
for next week to get you started, to come back to talk more about those loans. So that way, guys, when I tell you she has a solution for everything, I'm not kidding. She does. So, Natasja, was there anything else you want to share with us
Yeah.
before we?
I just want to say, listen, please reach out because I've had so many people, at the beginning of the process say, I was just so scared that somebody was going to tell me no. I was so scared I wasn't going to qualify that I just never took that leap and I never started. And after conversating with them, seeing what their scenario looked like, what their circumstances were, in most cases we can find something, we can fit you in somewhere, because like I stated, not everyone qualifies in these cookie cutter files. So my job is to really look and see what makes you, what makes your scenario so unique and so special. But because I have these unique and special products, I'm able to find those solutions. I'm able to take your unique circumstances and able to merge them with a product that's going to fit your needs, right? So just don't be scared. If there's something holding you back, don't let that hold you back. Reach out to Angie, reach out to me. We'd love to give you some answers and some feedback. And sometimes, we're scared of the unknown or scared of saying, no, you don't qualify.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, because of the lack of overlays, because of just the massive amount of products that we have at our disposition, the likelihood of us finding something is high. So just don't let that deter you. And I look forward to hearing from any of you. And I know Angie is such a great agent. She really does truly care about her clients. And the fact that you're out here really educating people, letting them know that, hey, there are opportunities out there for you. And just making sure that you're making those connections and introductions so that people know where they can go to get solutions or go get answers.
Exactly. And another reason why, guys, that we decide to start putting this information out is that the media is already putting their information out. They're scaring you out of home ownership with high interest rates, and even now saying, oh, now you don't even need representation. Guys, this is what it's all about. It's never too late to invest in yourself, to be able to get a home and also your investment property. Those things that you've been wanting to do, it is possible. And you want to take advantage of these programs now. Because here's the thing, as things change, legislation changes, those laws change when it comes to lending as well. So you want to go ahead, if things are available right now for you to be able to get that dream home, to get that investment property, take advantage of these policies before they change. Because we just don't know. I mean, am I right? Natasja,
That's right.
for a while they didn't have these for a while. Now they're bringing them back. Guys, this is the time to go through and start getting these things now. And it's just a conversation, a no obligation conversation.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
To be able to talk to us, and to find out what your options are and what's the best way that you can go about getting it. Something to work towards. All right. Well, Natasja, thank you so much again for coming on. I am so grateful for you doing this time of the evening. I know it seems like 7 o'clock doesn't seem that late until it's time to get on. So thank you so much. Guys, join us every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. on Facebook Live. If you have not joined Deals with Angie team on Facebook, please get on there. Natasja, please get on Facebook.
That's right. I got to.
And join us, if not just for that. Oh, ladies, thank you so much. We're getting comments as well, Natasja, as well that's coming in. Everyone's saying thank you and that they enjoyed it. Guys, on the comment section, on the next Tuesday tune in, you are able to put questions in here. Oh, somebody did ask, if you can recap right quickly, somebody did ask, I missed this question. Mm-hmm. What do you all look for the DSCR loans dealing with the rental properties?
We're just looking at, that's the one where we're really just looking at the rent potential. So let's say that there's a property you're interested in, and you're interested in buying it as an investment property. Once you get under contract, we send the appraiser out to the property. They're not only going to assess the value of the property, which is part of the appraiser's responsibility, they're also going to provide the lender with something called the rent schedule. So it's what the appraiser believes the house would rent for. As long as that amount is equal or is greater than the mortgage payment, that's principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and any association dues, we will approve the loan, not based on income, but based on that ratio. As long as it is equal or greater than the mortgage payment that loan will get. So I believe it's 600. What did I tell you, Angie?
I
600
think it
credit
was
score.
a 600. So guys, a middle 600 score credit score for that loan. So if you find a property and the mortgage on that loan is going to be $1,000, but you're able to rent it out for $1,600, that loan's approved.
Yeah. So
That's
minimum credit score is 600. We have some lenders that will go as low as 15%. A lot of them require 20. So I do shop for you. Some that require the 15 want a little bit higher credit score, but it's a great product. So it allows you to start building your portfolio. A lot of real estate agents are interested in doing the DSCR. Because again, on their tax returns on paper, that net income doesn't look so favorable, right? And then you got your own mortgage to worry about and all these other debts that are on your credit report that a lot of people don't traditionally meet the requirements when you're looking at a conventional investment loan. So this is a great product to where the debt to income isn't even going to be looked at. They're going to be looking at rent potential. So DSCR is a great loan, and it could be your first. We do it. We do have lenders that will do DSCR without you having any experience. I did one for a client that never even bought a primary house, and we did a DSCR loan for her. She just lived up in the tri-state area and in New York, and where she's like, I can't afford a primary house up here, so she rents. But she was buying a rental property in Florida, and she says, I would like to be able to rent something out in Florida. My kids live down there. I'd like to buy something and rent it out, and my kids can manage it for me. And yeah, she had never bought a house before, but did a DSCR, and it was great. We actually just closed on that one on Monday. So really good loan to think about if you're looking at building your portfolio. The DSCR is for experienced and non-experienced investors.
So probably what we may do, Natasja, is on another episode talk to also people who are currently homeowners who may want to take equity from their home to get their first to help with that down payment. And so we can kind of dwell a little bit more into that too, because you got a lot of people who are homeowners who purchase and they're like, hey, I'm ready to get started. What can I be able to do as far as with this asset I have here to pull out to start doing? That's not a second mortgage, guys. There's other options that you could be able to do that will not affect your primary mortgage that you could be able to do with Natasja to get started on it too. So that could be another time that we do. And I will say we have been asked to save this, so we may need to come back every so often and do this when talking about these portfolio loans.
Absolutely.
Because there's so much information to cram in such a short period of time. Guys, again, if you want a no obligation consultation or conversation with us, please reach out to us at dealswithangie.com. And you can also reach out to Natasja at this phone number and her email address right here. Take a screenshot. And for more information, if you want to have great information in regards to the housing, we're going to be talking about mortgages. We're going to be talking about repairs. We're going to be talking about security, anything dealing with homes. We're going to be talking about that, guys. And you need to tune in every I almost forgot, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You need to tune in here. And Natasja, I would love to have you back. I think, if your schedule can accommodate, we might need to have you come back next Tuesday to kind of do a part 2, if that's okay.
I'd love to.
Okay, awesome, guys. Well, guys, join in put it on your calendar. And if you have questions that did not get answered tonight, guys, I'm going to have Natasja come back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Save your questions, get online, share this so we can get other people involved. Hey, it's all about all of us owning a piece. We all want a piece of the pie, and you can be able to obtain that. All right? Hey, thank you all so much. Have a great one and a blessed one. Thank you, Natasja.
Thank you, Angie. Talk to y'all soon.
You too.